You want to start or do you want me?
I'll like to welcome all our persons who are logged in on YouTube to this first draw of the 2025 men's tankers. Sheet you're looking at here now is sheet 3, and we have Perry versus Turpin. And Perry had hammer, he got close to the pin. So it's officially underway, folks.
Okay, so you've got two people speaking with you this afternoon. Jimmy Carroll just spoke, known as Jimmy, and also as
Absolutely,
Jim.
yeah.
We'll call him whatever we want. And my name is Brian Power. So we're both rookies at this. So if the odd bomb comes out, we apologize in advance. And we've got the game just started on ice 3. Randy Turpin versus Simon Perry. I'm moving away from the mic, so I apologize for that. And we've got the last rocks of the lead, second rock of the lead coming down now. His first rock is in the back of the house, and Perry's first rock, his lead's first rock is a guard on the left of center. That stone was thrown, and I keep walking away. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a 2-second delay. I was looking at the ice, so I got to look at the screen here, so we'll get used to that. So, Jimmy, you want to jump in there?
So the lead rock for Turpin's team went behind the tee line, so that kind of put them behind the 8 ball right away. Perry's team put up a really nice corner guard, and so now they're actually going around the center guard that Turpin's team just placed, and having that one behind the tee line allows this rock to kind of come up and potentially freeze to it, or at least cause problems for to be removed later on in the end. It looks like they got a nice rock being thrown here now.
On the button.
Nice shot.
So it sounds like Jimmy is going to be the play-by-play. It reminds me of Bob Cole in his early days, and maybe I'll be the color man, and we'll jump around as we see fit. We also got our tech man here who's going to bail us out and keeps telling us to talk into the microphone is Kevin Foley. So Kevin, outstanding curler here in club play, and there we have it. So Jimmy, back to you.
Yeah, no, the guys are coming down the other, the first rock, the rock that the boys put on the tee line, over curled actually, so gave the Turpin team an opportunity with a lightweight to come down, and they just made a really nice control takeout and roll behind the corner guard that the Perry team had put up during the lead rocks, and it's totally buried. So they've got I guess they're going to looks like they're probably going to try to peel off their own front guard or drive it straight back and hope for the nose it and stick. Looks like this rock is kind of hanging out a little bit. Oh, nice shot. So they were able to remove that rock that was behind cover from the Turpin team and knock that one out and leave the other blue wide open. I know Brian, Carl Walters here at the club has done an incredible job preparing the ice. I know last week when we curled at this, there was a lot of curl, and those type of shots and runbacks that they're calling here now, because of such curl in the ice, they're able to make those calls.
Yeah, very astute call on that. I'm still looking at the ice, and I should be looking at the screen. And so there's a rock coming down now by Turpin's team. They're looking to come around the front guard and get behind cover. And wonderful shot, just touching the pin or touching the 2 foot. And looks like Cadner's probably going to try to come down to that.
Yeah, and if the audience can see from your vantage point, that rock actually over curled again, so it's showing a peak on the other side, which allows the Perry team to be able to come down with a control takeout and pick that off the pin and potentially roll behind cover in their corner yellow.
Yeah, lovely shot there. He took it out, and I forecast that. Then about 2 seconds out of it, he took it out and rolled behind his own guard, uh, lying in the 8 foot, completely behind cover as shot rock. So what's Turpin going to do here now? Oh, it looks like he's going to try and come down and freeze to the side of it. Contemplating that. Oh, it looks like he's maybe changing his mind.
Problematic now for the Turpin team is that their blue stone is behind the tee line on the back 12. So to try to pick the yellow out, potentially could try to force it might jam it onto the back.
That's right.
It looks like they're going to try and run the corner yellow right back onto the yellow double takeout. By the looks of the weight that's being thrown.
Dangerous shot. Yeah, he plugged took out the one he wanted to, but plugged it with the advance of the yellow stone. So the condition hasn't changed much. You can probably see a little bit more of the
Yeah.
yellow stone than before.
Yeah.
So it looks like Perry's team now is going to come draw in, and if successful, they'll be line 2 behind cover.
Yeah, the end is set up for Perry team now if they can execute this potential deuce.
Nice looking draw. Probably a little bit exposed, but it's certainly shot rock. And that was, are we at skip stones now? No, we're not. So while it's Team Perry, Simon Perry is actually not curling today. He had a conflict with university and with respect to his classes, and a very serious student. He's elected to stay in school for this afternoon. But we understand he'll be available for all the games after today. So with Simon not playing, Nick Codner, who's normally the mate, is moving up to skip, throwing skip stones. And we'll go through the team lineups now after this end and tell you who's on first and what's on second.
Yeah, that shot was just a bit too heavy, and the rock never curled up enough to. Plan was to freeze on the Perry yellow in the 4 foot, which would negate the one that's off to the left and out countess. But that went heavy, so that allows the Perry team now to come back down and draw and freeze to their own and lie 3, potentially lie 3. Sweepers are pounding this one, so either the line or the weight must be in question. Yeah, it looks like it probably was the weight. She came up a little bit short.
A little bit short, but showing about half of the shot rock. So there's an opportunity now for Randy Turpin to come down and just touch that back a bit. Maybe even if the gods are smiling, roll a little bit inside.
I think the ice he's looking at, he's calling there, Brian, where he's holding the broom. He's probably looking to make the same shot he called for last time. And just a corner freeze on that yellow.
Yeah.
At least that will definitely cut down the Perry team for a hard deuce then. I know they've had for a first stand game, their precision of the weight has been pretty impressive so far. Usually the first stand it's played a little bit more wide open, but they've gone head to head with draw weight here now. If he's got to wait, this looks like a nice shot.
Yeah, looks a little bit light. No, it's not light. And oh, he didn't. Just slightly off. It just tapped it a bit, and Turpin's blue stone is wide open for a hit.
The way you would say in curling, that was an unfortunate bounce.
Yes.
Yeah, allowed that rock to be played on now.
Yeah, don't you just hate it when that happens? It's a term that may get used a few times today.
So we got the first of Codner skip rocks coming down here now. And a quiet takeout.
Looks like
Nice rock.
job done. Opportunity here potentially for a double takeout.
Yeah.
To kind of limit the damage a little bit. Or you can get a hit and roll in to potentially hold them to one.
The fortunate thing with that first rock from the Perry team for Skip, he was able to punch it back straight and hit the blue that was back 8 foot and punch that into the 12 foot, which now looks like Perry is line 4.
Yeah, this one could be for the wrench. First end.
This is a critical shot now from Glenn Turpin. He's a little inside flop.
Okay, well past the guard.
Oh, you got a nice shot.
Oh, he over curled a bit too much and got the rock he wanted to get, but couldn't. He curled just a bit too much, and
It looks like
they're line 2. Perry's
team-
team is line 2.
Skip Codner got a choice to make now. He can draw for 3, or there's a potential split for 4. Looks like with the broom held, they probably went for
One or the other.
one or the other. We'll find out very shortly.
Stay tuned.
Indicating that the weight may be up a little tiny bit.
I think they're looking for the split here. This is too heavy. Oh, they're not going to be
Not-
happy.
Well, it looks like
No.
hit enough of their own rock to sit potentially 3.
Yeah, it looks like a score of 3. We'll confirm that now shortly. So in between ends, we can talk a little bit about the teams. And we'll start with Team Peary. A wonderful young team, all juniors. And the normal lineup for this team is Simon Peary as skip, Nick Codner as mate, Braden Snow as second, and Carter Holden as lead. As mentioned earlier, Simon is not playing today due to commitments at the university. And so the lineup today is Nick Codner throwing skip stones, Braden Snow throwing third, substitute Greg Blyde is throwing second stone, and he's holding the broom for Codner throwing skip rocks. And the lead, I think I said that, Carter Holden is the lead. So Team Peary is coached by Glenn Goss, who's known to most people in Newfoundland who curl or follow curling. Glenn is a 3-time skip at the Briar in yesteryear, 1990, 1992, and more recently 1999. So that was 3 or 4 years before the domination by our friends Nichols and who's the other fella?
I wonder.
I wonder, yeah. Yeah. Somebody who's not known to us very well. So Peary has, okay, the game has started again. We'll get back to Peary's team about their legacy in their early stages of curling. And we'll introduce Turpin's team after the next end, or after this end.
So, Brian, it was a 3 score in the first end for Peary. So now the hammer shifts now to Glenn Turpin's team. Peary opted to put the first rock instead of a center guard, put it right on the tee line, right on the button. And Glenn's gone with a traditional corner guard.
Yeah, Peary's team is playing a confident game. A 3-point lead is very large in games that are extremely well played, and so they're offering the opportunity for Turpin to come after them, and so they're coming with their second stone is a guard. Okay, whether they intended that or it just came up a little bit short, I don't know. Turpin is now electing to freeze to the shot rock. If he comes up short, he's indicating that that's okay as well.
Line looks to be a bit tight on this one. They're really pounding this rock to try to hold the line. Looks like it over curled.
And very short.
Yeah.
For those who don't curl at Remax, the rocks were flipped last week. They turned them over and sharpened, so the rocks are a little bit slower than if you're used to curling here, and they certainly bite hard at the end. So if you're short in your weight, you're going to get a lot more curl than you had hoped for.
So they're calling for another draw. There's technically 2 center guards up now. Peary team, and they're called to come in. And she's that rock just, as you can see, slipped back 12.
A rock that they're not happy with. So this is the second, or the sixth stone rather. So Turpin is electing to clear off a bit of the front, give himself a better opportunity to get in as the end progresses. Okay, it was just hard enough thrown for the angle that they hit the rock to get the yellow stone out of the ring, or out of the front and out of the rings.
Yeah, Brian, I think they're struggling with where to put the broom because I know they were trying to they were trying to make a double just to open up the front, and that rock really overcurled.
Yeah.
Lucky enough to hit the back yellow, but it wasn't what they were calling for. But they did have a decent result out of it.
Yeah, the release and these rocks, the way that they're sharpened now, is critical. If you don't if you roll it ever so slightly, the curl is going to be a lot more than what you called for. This is a rock that.
That's unfortunate there.
Yeah,
That's a rare miss there.
Yeah. They were electing to put up a guard, and they hogged it. They never had the thrower never had enough weight on the rock to get it over the hog line. Big mistake.
So that left Turpin a shot to for a nice control weight to come down to pick off that one on the 4-foot and potentially roll behind your corner guard that they put up at the beginning of the end. This one seems to be overcurl. Oh, they got it.
They're holding the line.
Yeah.
Nose hit, and they're going to do damage to the back, or is it a plug? As soon as Turpin gets out of the way, we'll tell you. Yeah, it looked like a plug, yeah. So Turpin's team is shot rock, and looks like Team Peary is electing to remove that shot rock. Ooh, just enough to get the blue rock out of the rings.
It was a nice throw. Not sure, like we're upstairs overseeing this game, and those of you home, but there's one thing noticed over the last number of years is the communication between the front end and the skip was holding the broom. As soon as that rock is released, they know exactly where it's going to stop or if it's too light, and the communication is really, really good.
So I think we're looking for a draw back to around the corner guard. Just got to curl a lot.
I think he's trying to freeze now on that roll that Perry's team just made.
And they're just short. Another 2 feet of weight, and it would have been a wonderful freeze. Perry is lying one behind guard, and they're looking to come in and split the house.
Sweeper's got good control of this rock.
I don't think it's got enough weight. Oh yeah, great sweeping.
Yeah.
Not what they wanted. They wanted that to be counting a first or second stone. Okay, Randy Turpin is calling for a delicate shot here, looking for an angle raise. Back of the house weight to raise their blue stone on the left into the center area, preferably behind cover, behind the blue and the yellow stones on the right side. It's got a lot of ice. It's going to do a lot of curling here to make it. If it hangs out a little bit, they got a chance of raising their blue on the house into. Oh, it looks like the curl is just slightly over curled and a little bit light.
So that's the last couple of rocks, Brian, where, I know this is the second in and it's the first time these rocks have come down back towards the glass, but the last couple of rocks, it seems that the timing of the rocks or the weight on the rocks is deceiving the sweepers, because both the Perry team, the last rock on that team, like the front end wasn't sweeping those rocks hard until the last second, and both rocks have come up shorter. So the ice may be slower than what they think it is.
Yeah, which Jimmy could suggest that the ice is starting to slow down, which would be bad news at this early in the game if the pebble is starting to break down, which is typical of what happens when
Towards the later ends, right?
Towards the later ends, yeah. Yes, exactly.
This looks like a nice shot here now.
The sweepers are giving it all they got. Oh, they got a pistol here. Yeah, beautiful shot. Great sweeping to get around that guard.
That was well managed by the sweepers,
Yeah.
the front end.
Now there's room here for Turpin's team to get to that shot rock. Although again, it's a delicate shot and requires perfect judgment on weight. They're having a chat about this now. Whatever they do, they better get it right.
Yeah.
They're in deep trouble.
Yeah, they're kind of pointing toward the top corner guard to run it in. 'Cause I don't think if they try to make a play on that yellow, they're running going to freeze to it, or they could bounce wide open.
Yes.
And, which could be really switch this end around. Anyway, we'll soon see.
So Randy Turpin has shot rock on this end, and this is his first rock. Sweepers are
They're working on this one hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're on it, that means their shot is close to being made.
I don't think it's going to be there. It's a bit late. Yeah. Oh my. So not only are they short, but they put up a great guard to assist the Perry team.
We've always had this debate, Brian, a long guard compared to shorter guard. If you come in too close to the shot that Randy Turpin just made, you could set up a natural angle to drive it straight back. I always kind of lean towards having a longer guard and just take more of the gas out of trying to the run backs.
Yeah, I agree with you there. either that or a corner freeze on the blue rock, which would make it virtually impossible for him to get that shot. But it had to be on the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
the low side, not the high side.
yeah, right. So it
Looks like they're looking for that long guard.
it's coming in.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
That run back is still there, but it's a dangerous shot.
Yeah. So currently now the Peary team just threw his last rock, and they are at line 2.
And Turpin's last rock for the end. Looks like they're trying to line up that yellow one, yellow guard that was just placed in front of the blue rock at the top of the house. They're looking to raise that yellow onto the blue and the blue onto the shot rock and stick. If they can do that, it's good for
So that's what we're just discussing. I mean, if the closer those 2 rocks are, the more makeable the shot is. That had to been a little bit longer. It's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Or if that had to over curl and just a touch to change that whole angle. Anyway, here's the shot delivered. A lot of weight coming at it.
Oh, he didn't. Well, he cut him
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
I think he cut him down to 1. Yeah.
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 Almost made.
Yeah.
Great effort by Turpin's team.
So Team Perry is up, score after 2 ends, 4-0. So we talked about the Perry team, the lineup. So let's give you a little bit on Randy Turpin's team. All I got to do is find the sheet. There it is. So Randy Turpin is skip. He's been around for a long time in this game and had he's got good credentials, which we'll get back to in a little bit. So Randy is skip. Scott Eaton is mate. Sean Hocko is second and holds the broom for Randy for the skip rocks. And Steve Rutledge is the lead. They've been playing together now for a number of years and have had decent success in the Super League here.
Yeah, no, actually both teams curl out of Remax, and based on the scoreboard downstairs, the Perry team are currently holding a 7-4 record, and if the list is right, Turpin team are 6-4 record. So they're both towards the top end of the leaderboard in the Remax Super League. So they're both competitive teams, similar records.
So the third end has started. We've got Team Perry's first rock, similar to the last end. They drew into the house just in front of the button, and now Team Turpin is on its way with a corner guard. And both shots were made as called. So second lead stone from Team Perry is soon to come, and it looks like they're.
I think they're doing
the guard.
No, I think they're going to repeat what they did the last end. I think they're calling for this one also in the house.
Okay.
At least that's where they were pointing the broom to.
Yeah, the sweepers are pounding it pretty hard. They may not get it over the hog line.
Get it over.
Okay, just over.
So you put up. You got a center guard now.
Yeah, center guard works. They can't be touched at all. But the shot in the rock in the house, they can see probably most of it, certainly 2/3 of it, and Randy Turpin is electing to come back with hack weight to remove it.
Yeah, the most important thing here, Brian, is he needs this rock to stick around.
Absolutely.
So hence the hack weight call. Looks like a nice shot coming down the
Yeah,
ice.
and we got sweeper trying to move it to make it curl more, and yeah, they got a nose hit.
Well executed.
Yep, perfect weight, good shot. So Team Perry is going to try and do the same. Get rid of that blue stone in the house and hang around, preferably buried a little bit behind the yellow guard stone. So we're going to look at probably close to the same weight on this delivery.
This one looked like it over curled a bit, either tight to the broom or,
yeah.
but
they
it was.
got,
Anyway, that just set
So,
up two corner guards now
two
for
corner
the Turpin
guards and a
team.
rock in the house. So this could be an
Opportunity.
interesting in for Randy Turpin's team. What do you do first? Here we go. We're calling for a draw into the house behind the yellow guard on the left of the center.
These shots are they're not as easy as some people make. Like this got to be behind cover and above the tee line. Anything below, the Fury team can just draw down to it or make a play on it.
Well, it's certainly going to be above the tee line by the looks of this. They're sweeping hard to get it into the house.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good shot.
Yeah. Well, it's we probably would have liked to have had it a little deeper, but it's in a good place. Team Perry is looking at. They can see a little bit of it. They're trying to determine whether to take a run at it, and they can probably see about half of the stone from our vantage point. Although looking at it on the screen, it's a bit. On the screen, it looks like the blue is exposed on the outside. If you look at the ice, it's the opposite. So it's just the way the angle of the camera is. So they can see on the inside part about the third or so of the stone, the blue stone.
This is a tricky shot coming down here now. They need to hit some
Yeah,
of this.
they're trying to make a curl, and yeah, they got enough. At that weight, you just need to tickle it, and which is what they did. So, deja vu all over again. Team Turpin is looking to come back in on that same location. Preferably have it totally buried. How's it looking there, Jimmy? Is it coming in?
Line was really good. It's just a matter the sweeper's got a good eye on this, so they seem to be off and on. So when you notice that on the screen,
Yeah.
that means they're pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
But this doesn't seem to be bearing as much as
Yeah.
the other one did.
No, it's finishing hard.
And
though.
a slip behind the tee line.
Yep.
So now that allows the Perry team to hit the open rock there in front of the 4-foot and get a roll over towards that blue that was just
Yeah.
thrown because it's behind the tee line. And if they make this hit and roll, then that's put Turpin's team going to have a job now to try to get their deuce.
Yeah. Skinny hit here would potentially give them a double, but like you say, the primary purpose here, this shot is
Hit and roll,
hit and
yeah.
roll behind the yellow, high yellow guard. Sweeping hard to keep it from curling.
Who knows?
Yeah, nose hit. Line shot, so Mr. Turpin has to deal with that.
So the deuce is the end is back. He's got the end back to try to potentially get his deuce right now.
Yeah, he's looking for a hit and roll to the right side of the house, preferably behind the short yellow stone guard. Looking at board weight.
This one is a bit outside. I think you just let it go a little bit outside.
Yeah.
It looks like we probably got
Well, they're
a
happy with the line, but it looks they call the sweepers off.
nose hit.
Not enough. Yeah. So nose hit on this will not change shot rock. So Team Perry is trying to do the same thing as they tried the first time, is to hit and roll behind the high guard and the high yellow guard on the left side of the house. Yeah, their mate Braden Snow just released his rock. Again, looking at board to control weight, and a bit too much weight, or not enough the center of the stone to stay in the house. So Team Turpin will now be drawing, trying to figure out which guard they'll go behind. So Scott Eaton is throwing his first mate stone.
Has been many rocks go down this on this side for an outturn around center, so it's going to be interesting to see if they got the ice right to get around and be buried.
It's
This
got to
looks
curl a lot.
looks like it's hanging.
And it's going to be behind the line too, behind the. He's lying to for the moment, but it's pretty well exposed for a light tap back weight.
It's an interesting call, Brian. The Connor called the shot there. He wants to roll towards the blue,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess that may potentially allow a setup of a double on his last rock. But it'd be so tempting to just throw control weight and just get to the nose of that and roll behind yellow, as it would be on the tee line then.
Yeah. They're probably they're playing the scoreboard to a certain extent here. They got a big lead, so they give up one or even two, they get the hammer back, which is important.
This one looks like it's over curling.
It is. Ooh, the rock came back at the end.
Yeah, did you see that? I'm not sure if our audience saw that on TV, but the rock did a little spin, so I'm not sure it curled in enough to get second shot or not.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. But it's wide open, so a nice controlled hit here now, potentially. Set this on up for 3.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it looks like it's completely buried from the center side, but it's the opposite. It's sticking out on the center side. The thrower can see probably almost all of the rock.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lightweight tap back.
Reapers are really hard on this one.
Yeah.
Looks like I got a close shot.
Oh, they got to make a curl. Oh, just by it. Was decent weight.
Yeah.
And well, it looks like it may be shot from our vantage point. It looks like it's shot rock or second rock. The yellow would be lying third or maybe even fourth, probably third.
Yeah, based on that Turpin, the call that Turpin just made, because he wanted to hit that, just nudge that into the 12-foot and lie 3.
So Nick Codner's last rock is he's got a wide open hit, and I think he's hoping or electing to try and hit it for a double, or at least cradle up to
Well,
those two blue ones.
The angle is there for the double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which would be a huge shot.
It'd be a good weight at this. The rock is, the broom is right on the center of the stone. No, he.
It was an interesting
It's a
call.
nose plug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was an interesting call because if he hit and rolled out, then Turpin would have the exact same shot that he just tried for 3.
Yeah.
Now
He's trying it. I think
he's
trying
trying
to get
to
a double here.
double here now. I guess he's playing the scoreboard as well.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, a deuce here would be huge.
Yeah, I got a feeling if it's hard to tell what's second shot here, and if that yellow one is second shot, then this is I think the correct call, even though it's a more difficult shot. If the blue is second shot, I would question whether this is. It'd be a great shot if he makes it.
The blue looked like the back blue that Turpin threw to his first rock.
Looks like it could be
Seemed
second.
to be, yeah. Anyway, we'll soon find out. Huge shot coming up here now.
Yeah, they're. No, didn't make it. So another steal of 1. So we're looking at a 5-0 score after 3 ends.
So that end, right from the get-go, looked like that Turpin was going to get at least his deuce and potentially 3, and how quick it end can switch around.
Yeah. So back to a little discussion on the teams. So Team Peary, they're all junior age curlers and have been curling together for 3 or 4 years now, and have had great success in the early stages of a great career. They've accomplished many things in the last 3 years. I'll just quickly run through them. They've been the under-18 champions for Newfoundland 3 times. They were the under-21 champions in 2023, and they were all 18 and maybe a couple younger than that. In 2024, they were the Canadian champs for the under-18. So the first time that was ever won with a Newfoundland team. So fabulous record in the early stages. We'll talk a little bit more about the Peary team later on, and we'll also talk about Randy's team and their accolades after this end.
So, Ron, we just had a kind of it's not really a miss, but a rare come up short from the lead on Perry's team. He's been throwing lights out since the beginning of the game, and they were calling for that full 4-foot. and he came up. He's in the rings, but just barely in the rings.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear after the game if you had an opportunity the discussions on the rocks and whether they were being fooled by the rocks or they're just thrown later than they've attempted to do. With the sharpness of the rocks now, when they break, and if there's any slight rolling of the release, they'll slow down a lot more than anticipated. So it looks like Perry's team is looking to come around that guard that's just touching the top 12, and they got lots of broom, lots of ice to come for the rock, and it's starting to curl now. Might be a little heavier than what they wanted to do, just behind the tee line, but behind cover.
So Randy Turpin is selecting the call for another corner guard.
Yeah, Team Turpin got to put together a large end in this end. They can't afford to lose to have any more steals. And a score of 1 is probably not going to be advantageous to them. They need to get a couple or 3 to have any chance. Okay, so Team Perry is trying to put up another center guard. This is the 5th rock thrown. After that, any rock up front is open for a takeout. Looks like a nice throw.
Right where he wanted it.
Yeah. So Team Turpin is going to try a double takeout.
They're hoping to hit this thick enough, Brian, so that their blue rolls to the corner and sets up for a second corner guard on the same
Yes.
side.
They're not sweeping it very hard. Okay, well, there's
I think they were looking for a little bit more of a roll towards the side.
Yeah, there was 2 plugs there instead of a takeout. And when you watch it at the Grand Slams and such, there's a lot more action on the rocks than what we're seeing here with these rocks, and which is typical of rocks in club play as opposed to the all-star rocks that are for the professional caliber of curling. So Team Perry is looking to put up another guard.
Another center guard, a little bit higher.
Yeah. Okay, they must be happy with it. They're just cleaning in front of the rock. There's no big sweeping. High guard. Yeah, effective rock. So I think Turpin is looking to raise his blue rock.
Trying to run it back.
Yeah.
It's to curl up, but it looks
A little
it's going
bit
through the
more.
screen,
Yeah, it's gonna. Oh my. Yeah, it didn't curl enough, and it chipped the yellow close guard back into the house. So Team Peary is going to.
Well, Greg's calling for this to be top 8.
Yeah,
Top 12, top 8 would be a good line for this rock.
yeah,
Yeah, that's where he held the
yeah,
broom.
great
Nice
shot.
shot.
Yeah. The shot rock is open, and I think Turpin's team has got to start moving a few rocks around.
This is all about weight selection too. He can potentially make a double here and roll behind a corner guard.
Yep. Okay, they're sweeping hard to get it to curl. Okay, they got one of the 3 yellow rocks out, and and moved the second rock to lie third. So yellow is lying shot, blue is second, and yellow is third stone. Team Peary can see
Do well all of
probably
that
all of
rock,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So they're throwing a hit to remove it. They'd like to hang around, but it's probably not crucial that they do.
They can get the nose or just even outside corner that'll guard up the shot rock that's in the back of the 8. Sweepers are on and off it, so the line
Yeah.
must be close.
It's moving nicely. Yeah, they got it.
Nice rock.
Yeah, dandy.
Their weight control has been pretty impressive this game, both teams, but especially the Perry team. They're throwing that quiet weight that's just punching the rocks through the rings, which allows their rocks to stick around and even get the angles that they're looking for.
Yeah, no, they're very impressive in their hits. Both teams have struggled a little bit on draw weights. Probably more importantly for Team Turpin, their rocks have come up a bit short in their efforts to get into the house. I think there's been two hogs.
One hog for sure.
One for sure. I think there was another one. I can't remember which team did it now. They hurt.
So it looks like they're trying to draw in now because the 4-foot is wide open.
Yeah.
It's a lot up front. Again, this you just talked about it about having weight control issues.
Yeah,
This one
they're
here.
well short. They're on the guard by the looks of it. No, just around it. Oh no, they touched it. Yeah.
That port they just had, they just blocked it with their own rock. Ron, I'm not sure if they're trying to play a tap here on their top 12. Or try to get it to the 4-foot to cut down the scoring area. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd be thinking a guard would be very effective here as well.
Cogner's first rock's just released, so we'll just see now. By the looks of the weight, they are playing a tap.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice
great
rock.
shot. Yeah, yeah.
That's finesse curling there. Guarantee that. That was a really nice shot.
Randy's got to pull off a couple of miracles here. Angle raise as they're looking at that now to the bottom.
Well, the problem is the nose hit on the yellow that's on the top of the 12 is not going to do anything for him because his rock is going to be out of the rings. And Perry team still will have two left with an opportunity to draw around.
Yeah.
So they're potentially looking at a bump up their one of their blue rocks that's off to
Yeah,
the wings.
looks like that's what they're going to do. And I think that, you know, it's got to be a soft weight. I know they're looking at another chance here now. He's thinking maybe he can come around, get the top yellow rock, and just on the, no, they're coming back to the one that initially. And he's going to come with good weight as well. So this got to be bullseye. If he misses the nose by much, he's going to roll out with the weight that's based on where they're putting the broom.
But Team Perry has been, just from the beginning of the game, has been putting rocks in play and with the right angles and they put pressure on Turpin team ever since the beginning of the game. And, you know, you're trying to do angle raise takeouts on your second last rock in an end. It's that means the other team is after doing some pretty nice curling in front of you to put that pressure on.
Absolutely. Skip loves it when his shot has to
Be a
here.
guard. Yeah.
Yeah. He's close. Oh, too
wow.
bad. He got one out, but he didn't get the important one. So Team Turpin is lying second stone and is wide open.
Yeah.
So the best defense is offense.
That was a really nice shot from Turpin.
Yeah,
It's just
a millimeter off on the top rock.
needed to curl up a little tiny bit more to pick off the shot rock. Connor just released his last rock, looking for a takeout. And he got it.
He got it. He rolled out. No big deal. So Randy Turpin's last rock. He's got to he's got to tap back that.
He almost got the same shot he
that
just
button.
did. He pulled.
Well, can he get to that with a back of the house draw? The camera is a bit deceiving here, but
Because that high,
yeah, it's
that
completely
high,
buried.
totally completely buried. So he got the same shot he just had, his last rock, but he needs to stick it for one.
Well, he threw one for the wrench there an end or two ago. This one is to salvage a horse from from the wrench.
I'm not sure where you're coming up with those, Brian.
I'm watching too many
Western
Netflix shows.
Yeah. Well, he just threw this same shot down. He knows what the rock is going to do.
Yeah.
It's just Looks like this rock, they just came off it, so he probably just knows it.
Yeah. Another steal.
Steal of 3.
So after 4 ends, we're looking at 8-0. I don't know how many ends you got to play. Do you know? They certainly won't be playing 10 ends unless something.
Well, actually,
extreme occurs.
you just
Well,
answered the question.
The game is over.
Randy picked up his gripper and started coming down the ice. So I
Yeah.
think
So 4 ends, 8-0 for
Erie.
Team Perry. So before we go off here, we going off here? Yeah, we're still on. Let's just do a little review of the other ices. So there was 4 games today. So 2 ices were not used. On ice 1, we have Team Tipple throwing Yellowstones and against Team Saunders, and Saunders is up 7-0, which I think is a surprise. On ice 2, we've got Team Gillespie out of Goose Bay, and Tipple and Saunders are out of Remax in St. John's. Team Gillespie out of Goose Bay throwing Yellowstones and losing to Team Dilello out of Remax by a score of, after 4, score of 7-2. And ice 6, we have Team Thomas from Port Basque playing Team Pettigrew from Remax, and that's a close game. They're just finishing up the 4th end, and we can't see what's in the house and ice 6 from our vantage point. But after 3, it was Team Thomas ahead 2-1. So a very close game over there. Unfortunately, we can't move to either one of those 3 games. So
Pettigrew was line 3. He's drawn against 3.
Oh, okay. So Dave Thomas' team, Dave Thomas is throwing against 3 in the house. So he's a lightweight. I'm not sure if they're trying to draw or just a tap. Looks like a draw. And they're sweeping hard. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Thomas drawing against 3 with last stone was successful.
So it was 3-1 after 4 ends.
Yeah,
on
3-1
sheet 6.
after 4. Dave Thomas over Ken Pettigrew.
But Brian, I tell you, I've been curling out of the Remax now for a couple of years, and so have you. I can't get over the young talent that's on the ladies and the men's side that's coming up through in Newfoundland, and in particular this club. Team Perry is just an example of it. You got the Tipple team over on sheet 1. Like you said, it's probably a surprise because they are a really strong team, and it's just the amazing amount of talent that Newfoundland is producing, and we're in good shape moving forward with the amount of talent that these youth teams are bringing to the game. And I know we're down here curling and practicing on weekly basis, and they're always on the ice throwing practice rocks, and they know there's work that got to be done in order to be good and to succeed in this sport. And I tell you what, these teams that are participating now in this Tankard and Scotty Playdown, they're doing the work to try to represent the province the best they can. So it's been impressive to watch over the last number of years.
Absolutely. Before we sign off, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about Team Perry, because they're as Jimmy said, that they're one of the best of the young curling teams in Newfoundland, and they kind of resemble a very young Guzhou team. And if you look at Simon Perry, who couldn't play today, but the team certainly wasn't hurt with Nick Codner throwing Skip Stone. Perry and Codner kind of resemble what a young Guzhou Nichols pair looked like, 20 plus years ago. So they're a great young team, and as is a Tipple team. and there's Tipple brothers, and two of them are the two Tipples are Brad Gouju's nephews. So kind of all in the family kind of thing. But Perry's team, with the exception of they're playing for Memorial University, Munn's curling team, the Seahawks, and Perry and Codner and Snow are on that team, along with their fifth for this, Sean O'Leary. So those four just recently won the Atlantic Playdowns, University Playdowns, and they're off to Lethbridge for the Canadian University Championship in February. So they're seeing a lot of success. We talked about their championships under 18, under 21, and they're also Simon Perry played with Kaylee Locke in January past, a year ago, in the Youth Olympics in South Korea in the mixed doubles, and they had a record of 2 and 3, which they're up against some fabulous talent in that. So they've had tremendous amounts of high level games and have had great success over their short career, and so the sky's the limit for this team if they keep at it. Now, I'm also told by their coach Glenn Goss, who thinks extremely highly of them, that they're all very serious students. The 4 of them are at the university, or maybe the 5 of them are, and one has desires to advance in medicine, and another one is studying engineering. I can't tell you which ones or which, but very serious students, and I can't think of too many young people that would not skip a class today to play at this level. And Simon Perry elected to stay and do his classes. So, good on him. So if they continue at this pace and stay devoted as Jimmy's told us about practices, they could have a very, very bright future ahead of them in this game. So we're finished with that. Because we got lots of time, maybe shut up, Power, and go home out of it. Yeah.
We've been tuned off long already.
We're still on? Oh, yeah, the little green thing is gone. Just wanted to quickly run down through the teams that are playing. So there's 12 teams in the men's. I'm not going to get into the women's because I don't have the list. But the 12 teams, Andrew Simmons, who represented Newfoundland a couple of years ago, Dave Thomas out of Portabass, Ken Pettigrew. It's Thomas out of Portabask and Brandon Gillespie out of Goose Bay, and the other teams are all out of the Remax Center. So it's Andrew Simmons, Ken Pettigrew, Randy Turpin, Greg Smith, who also represented Newfoundland, I think on 2 occasions, Nathan Young, who curled as a 5th with the Brad Gouju in one of his Team Canada successful years. Simon Perry, who we've talked about at length today, Corey Shue, Kenny Saunders, Parker Tipple. So that's I don't know if that's his first name. Yeah, it is his first name, Parker Tipple, and Ty Dalello. I think Ty comes from Manitoba, I believe I was told, and but he's eligible to curl in this with his teammates. So we're going to sign off now. Jim, has been a slice, buddy. Enjoyed it?
Absolutely. It's my first time, and looking forward to doing one with Andrew Manuel tomorrow evening. So I'm not sure when you're queued up.
Yeah, no, I got an afternoon game tomorrow. I don't know who's playing, but I'm sure I'll be told. Anyway, thanks everybody who tolerated us, and we'll stay tuned for the games later on. What's that?